welcome to the Garage Series, another road trip special here from the scenic and beautiful city of Prague. The city itself is so full of landmarks, history, and tradition, it's protected by UNESCO, making it a real-life city museum. We're here at Wenceslav Square, itself a great symbol for transformation in the place of the Velvet Revolution, when communism was overturned, accelerating the growth to commercialism. While there's certainly foreign investment here, there's also a plethora of young businesses that have emerged over the last 15 or so years, now ripe to expand and grow. And there's definitely pressure to be competitive. And they're turning towards the cloud and Office 365. To understand all of this, I'll be attending the Office 365 Ignite conference here in Prague. And I'll also put the cloud and Office 365 to the test to help me get around the city. But first, let's have a look at today's trivia question.
True or false? You can use the output of apps for Office to populate email and calendar fields for users in Office 365.
So we're here at Ignite Prague, where almost 1,000 IT pros, partners of Microsoft, and customers and prospective customers of Office 365 have converged to talk about and also train on topics of Office 365. So I'm joined by Malin. Welcome.
Thank you.
So tell us, in terms of Sweden and Europe in general, what's the appetite for cloud services Office 365 versus kind of the on-premises version of Office?
Well, I'd say it's very large right now. A few years ago it was much weaker, but now almost everybody is talking about it and most clients are aware of the possibilities.
I think that the last year has been a huge change because if you asked customers like a year ago, they would say, oh, I'm not into that. But now they're more mature, they're really looking into using Office 365.
We're going from 25 to 50%, in the cloud. I believe we will be there in 5 years. In 10 years, it will be 100%.
In terms of the Czech Republic and Central Europe in general, where do you see kind of the move to the cloud? What problem are we solving with Office 365?
Biggest attractor at this time is trying to save money, trying to decrease the gap between the income and the costs of the company. So this is something that motivates people to think about the change.
They are able to provide better services for email collaboration for their internal customers than on-premise for less money, less costs.
As the countries are tiny, also the companies are not that big as you would have in America. So majority of Central and Eastern European companies are something up to 100 PCs. So if you're running a company with 100 users, you wouldn't have IT staff of 25 specialists. Therefore, actually to afford IT which will be managed, to be flexible enough, which will be on a high quality level, which will be absolutely secure, would probably cost you more money if you try to do it isolated.
RWE, it is a company, especially in Czech Republic, it is company about gas. We are starting new pilot for Link and SharePoint. We are looking for using these services from the cloud.
Cloud, which is pretty new, still pretty new after a few years when it's spoken about. You would need somebody with strong argumentation, with experience, with a lot of information regarding the security.
Part of users are on-premise solution, German solution,
right.
And we, like a pilot in a RWE company, are using Office 365 solution, especially Exchange Online. From our perspective, Office 365 is the way how to save money for our company.
So what would you tell other companies, again, with maybe the same types of security mindsets, wanting to make sure they retain document control, access management in these types of companies? How would you help them and talk to them about moving forward into cloud and Office 365?
Our company is very conservative,
right,
and we can use it. Then it works.
So we've met with some great customers, early adopters of Office 365, and I've just finished my last talk here at the Ignite conference. And as is often the case when you're traveling on business, you have a few hours to take in the sights of a beautiful city here like Prague. And I could do something like use a tour book or talk to the concierge or spend hours searching the browser. What I really want to do is take all of the information that I have around ratings of colleagues and friends of mine, the mapping locations, images, all that stuff, and really put that into an itinerary to where I can use that to navigate my way through Prague. And I'm going to do that using apps for Office and Office 365 Pro Plus. So a colleague of mine, Richard Desarega, has actually built some apps out for me. I'm going to go ahead and add the City Tour app, and I can go ahead and also select the city. I'm in Prague right now. I'm going to look for sites and food attractions, as well as things that I'm going to get around with via walking and a car. I'm going to select my stops, and I only have time to visit the 5-star locations, so we'll go ahead and select all of those. And I can see a great restaurant here as well. And now once I have all of those selected, I can pop over to my Flash routing app. Now it will take all of that information and actually create me a mapping route using Bing Maps that I can then later send to myself in terms of having the itinerary right there in my phone or on my tablet. So let's go ahead and select the geo and the duration per site. The starting time, we'll go ahead and pick noon today. And now what that's going to do is call into Bing Maps, and very quickly it pops up a route plan for all the different locations I want to see, and I'll share that to myself here and send myself the plan via email. And once I hit enter, what that's going to do is actually send everything directly to me. So it's going to take all the great information around the sites, add that to my calendar, and really give me all the information I need to use not only my tablet, but I can also use my phone with OA for iPhone to view and visit all the sites and get information on them in real time. Let's get started. Great to go to the old square and the astronomical clock, but you cannot visit Prague without going to the Charles Bridge. This is one of the best examples of Gothic architecture, commissioned back in the 14th century and still in use today. Now, all of this information that you've been seeing is basically directly from the cloud. I was able to pull all of that into Outlook web app here. I can pull data directly from Wikipedia on any of the sites that I've visited, and you've seen that as I was in the old square and the clock. Also, Bing Maps pulled directly to see my location using the Windows location service, and even images that are from Bing Image Search directly into my email client. Then I can also see nearby locations and other attractions, and finally I can check in with my ratings. So Charles Bridge for me gets 5 stars, a great comment, so future visitors can take a look at that. I'll be able to post that to my trip report. The next stop we have, though, is one of the best observation areas for Prague, the Petrin Observation Tower. It's been an amazing day. I've seen quite a bit in the city, and I've used all of the time that I had left in Prague to really catch all the sights I could. Now for my final task, what I want to do is give back my information, all my impressions of Prague, to my teammates, to my friends, and share all of that into the cloud. To do that, I'm going to use Word here with one last app for Office called City Tour. And here I can see my tour is already populated in City Tour, and when I press that, it's going to take all the different imagery that I've captured, along with all of my comments, my ratings, and populate a document. You can see everything that I've seen today from Wenceslav Square all the way down to the astronomical clock and the bridge and everything else I've seen throughout today. Now before I finish, I want to have a look at today's trivia question. While you guys look at that and the answer, I'm going to enjoy a nice Czech beer. Na zdraví.
True or false? You can use the output of apps for Office to populate email and calendar fields for users in Office 365.
So of course the answer to the trivia question was true. We just saw a lot of that in action. I hope you've liked what you've seen here in our visit to Prague. We've talked to a lot of great partners, customers, gotten a lot of great perspectives. Now the needs here are quite a bit different than we saw in Hong Kong. It's really about cost sensitivity, trusting your service providers, and also the ability to lock down and secure all of those services that we provide through Office 365. Fortunately, we fit the need. Now our next stop's going to be in Dubai. We'll see you then, and goodbye for now.
Cut?